Are you ready to unlock the secrets to audience engagement and finally start making videos for your business that genuinely connect? If you've ever felt like your videos are falling flat, no comments, no shares, no results, it's not your fault. The truth is, creating engaging videos takes more than just hitting record. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to take that first step to make videos that grow your business and captivate your audience from start to finish. This video is part of a series designed to help business owners like you master video creation and, obviously with it, audience engagement. Now, in our last video, we covered the basics of structuring your videos to hook your audience and start to build trust. And in this video, we're going to go even deeper. So if you did miss the first video, make sure you catch up after you've watched this video, and you'll find the links to that video in the description below. I understand starting out creating video for your business can feel intimidating. Maybe you're worried about how you'll come across, or maybe you're overwhelmed by the tech. Whatever it is, you're not alone. But here's the good news. You don't need fancy gear or a massive Hollywood budget to make an impact. What you really need are a set of clear steps to connect with your audience authentically. And before we jump in, I'd love to hear from you. What's been holding you back from making videos for your business? Is it lack of time? Is it a confidence thing or something else? Let me know in the comments below. I'm here to help. Now, here's what you can expect in this video. We're going to talk about how to start building your camera confidence, even if you've never been on camera before. We're going to talk about how to craft simple and effective calls to action that actually drive business results. And we're also going to look at why less is more in video content and how to keep your message really clear and impactful. And finally, we're going to look at the secret to using teasers to keep your audience hooked. In the previous video, we talked about the thought that no one wants to hear from me. But let me just reiterate, that is not true. Your voice matters, and showing up authentically is how you connect with your audience. One of the best ways to do that is by showing your face on camera. Humans relate to humans. Businesses that feature real people in their videos foster deeper connections. Research backs this up as well. Vidyard found that videos with real people get twice the engagement, and Wistia reported 38% higher watch times for videos with a presenter. When people watch your video, they're not just listening to your words, they're seeing your expressions, your tone, and your energy. And this all builds trust and relatability, especially when it comes to business. Here's how you can start showing up authentically. Firstly, reframe your focus. So maybe stop worrying about how you look or how you sound, and think about the value that you're providing and speak directly to the one person who needs your advice today. Also, start small. Record a 30-second clip of you introducing yourself or just sharing a quick insight or a quick how-to tip. No pressure, just practice. Also, use familiar tools. Stick to what is comfortable to you, whether it's your smartphone or being in your favorite room. Familiar surroundings make a huge difference when you're starting out. And as someone who's worked in broadcast TV for over 26 years, including for projects for the BBC, ITV, people like Cirque du Soleil, and even the coronation of King Charles III, I understand the power of video to connect and engage. But even with all of that experience, I had to learn how to adapt my skills for business videos. These techniques aren't just for big productions, they're for anyone who wants to stand out and build real connections through video. And here's something you may not have considered before. Are you giving your audience too much all at once? Coming up, I'm going to share why cramming too much into one video can actually hurt your message. So let's talk about calls to action, or CTAs. What is a call to action or a CTA? Simply put, it's a clear invitation for your audience to take the next step, whether that next step is subscribing, downloading something, commenting, or sharing your video. And here's a 3-step formula to craft an effective CTA. Step 1, be clear about the action you want. Step 2, tie the action to a benefit to your audience. So for example, subscribe now to learn video strategies that grow your business. Step 3, make it easy and urgent. So an example of that might be, download it now, it's free for the next 48 hours. And when you make it about solving their problem or achieving their goal, the call to action won't feel pushy, it'll feel helpful. So now you know how to craft clear and compelling CTAs, there's another crucial piece of the puzzle to think about: keeping your message focused. One common trap I see creators fall into is trying to include too much in one video, trying to pack it all in. It's very tempting, right? You think, if I don't include this point or that detail, I might miss my chance to make an impact. But here's the truth. Less is often more when you're creating effective videos. Studies in cognitive psychology have shown that our brains can only actually process a limited amount of information. According to research by the University of California in San Diego, the average person's working memory can simultaneously hold about 3 to 5 key pieces of information. Anything beyond that tends to get either forgotten or overlooked. So to make your videos resonate, focus on delivering one big idea or answering a single key question in each video. Instead of trying to explain everything, break the content down into smaller, more digestible chunks. And this is how you can go about doing that. Define your key takeaway. Before you hit record, ask yourself, what's the one thing I want my audience to remember or act on after watching this video? And then make that your focus and let everything else go. Secondly, you can use series to add depth. So if you've got lots to talk about, lots to share, break it all down into a series just like this one. Not only does this make your content more digestible, but it also encourages viewers to keep coming back for more. In fact, research by HubSpot shows that series content can increase viewership by up to 20% as audiences become invested in their journey. Now you know how to avoid overwhelming your audience by keeping your videos clear and focused. Let's talk about a technique that keeps viewers engaged from start to finish. And that is the wonderful coming up teasers. Coming up teasers are a brilliant way to boost watch time and engagement, two critical metrics for your video's success. So for example, you can use a coming up teaser right at the beginning of your videos. Coming up, I'll share the simplest ways to boost comments. Then also you could do a midway teaser, something like, in a moment I'm going to reveal a trick that doubled my engagement rates. And then obviously you can do a teaser at the end. Next up, we're going to tackle the number one fear of creators, camera confidence. Think of teasers as breadcrumbs leading your audience through your content. They build anticipation, they keep viewers engaged, and they signal to algorithms that your content is valuable. So let's look at some challenges or pitfalls you may have to navigate on your journey. First one is overloading your video with information, a little bit like we've just talked about. And this is a lesson that I personally have had to learn, and I'm still learning the hard way. I'm so passionate about what I do and the power of video to transform businesses and lives that often I find myself wanting to tell people absolutely everything. I often catch myself eulogizing on how much it can help. And here is the nub of the problem. There's a risk all the time of overwhelming my audience when I try to stuff it all in instead of inspiring them to act. My audience might feel overwhelmed and just not act at all, which is obviously the last thing I want. And one of the hardest things I find is trimming things down, keeping it brief, keeping it manageable and learnable for my audience. These days I'm very harsh during my editing process. So on my first editing pass, I may typically cut 20 to 25% of a script to make sure it's really focused and digestible. Another thing that I found that's helped me is putting some time between the actual filming and then the editing process. Giving myself that little bit of time, that gap, lets me see the content more objectively, more clearly, and I find that I can trim things out without hesitation. Remember, your audience can only absorb a few key things at a time. Simplifying your message doesn't mean you're leaving things out. It means that you're making your content more effective. And when you keep it clear and focused, your audience will walk away feeling inspired and empowered, not overwhelmed. Coming up, we're going to build an overarching framework for your video scripts. Click on the screen now to watch the next video in this series, where I'll pull everything together into a repeatable framework that you can use for every video you create. Can't wait to see you over there soon. Take care.